And what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Hello, everybody. Man, the chat is jumping. What is happening, everybody? Glad to see you guys on here. Um, and I gotta shout everybody out because there's a whole bunch of people up in here in the chat talking today, and I appreciate all y'all for being here. I'm getting some text right now from Hamilton. Hamilton Tanger, I see you. I'll get to you in a minute. But wanted to say what is up to everyone that's in here. First person to be here was Mr. Big Chris. What's up, Big Chris? How you doing? Thank you for being here with us tonight. Mr. Shadow Up showed up as well. What's up with you, Shadow? Hope you're going to be able to be on. And I'm glad that the alert showed. It's been showing. Sometimes I click it and I don't realize that it's not going to show. Anyway, thank you for being here. What's up with you? Mr. Victor RC Jets is here as well. What's up with you? Mr. Vic, Jeff in Laura, Alabama. It's late where you are, but I appreciate you being here. Thanks for being here. Who else? We got Mr. Wild Bill is here. What's up with you, Mr. Wild Bill? Saying hi to everybody. What is happening? And yes, Jeff said hi to me too. What's up? Who else we got? We got all these people in here talking. Mr. Chris. Mr. Mike Bird, what is up with you? I haven't seen you on chats or anything for a while, and I'm glad to see you back. Thank you for being here. I don't like the way that kind of makes me look dead. Okay, there we go. But yes, glad to see you here. Thanks for chiming in from wherever you are. I know you're usually on the many hours ahead or behind, but I appreciate you being here. Thank you for being on the chat. So let's see who else is here. We got Mr. Craig Bevan. What is up with you, Craig? Every time I see your picture, I see the MiG 21. Anyway, Mr. Paul McNeil, what is up with you? Howdy, howdy. Glad to see you on here as well. And as I was saying, Mr. Hamilton Tanger, I see your chats, your text. I'll have to check that out in a little bit. But thank you for being here. Glad to see you. I think I've seen you on a couple other places, a couple other shows, but I haven't really been paying much attention to the other stuff going on out there lately. Been too busy. But let's see who else is up in here. Because like I said, I want to shout out everybody for being here. Because you could be anywhere today, but you've chosen to be here with us tonight. So thank you, Mr. Crazy Quad Brothers P3. You're here too. What's up with you? Glad to see you on here. I see a little tiny whoop going on there. What is happening? Who else? Mr. Urban Legends. Urban Legends RC, what is it? How are you? Thank you for being here. Hope all is good over on your end. Mr. Randy, living good. Hope you're living good. What's happening? Let's see who else we got up in here. Mr. OG Nitro. Oh, you came over here. What the heck? Thank you for coming all the way over to see Mr. Gooniac. Very much appreciated. Thanks for being here, OG Nitro. It was cool seeing that little interview with you and Ty the other night. I got some questions in there and you answered. Very much appreciated. Let's see who else is in here. We got lots of people. This crowd is popping. This chat is popping today. I appreciate that. I think some of you might have come over from what's his name? Just Bashing the channel. Or I kind of blasted this out there today too on a lot of Facebook groups. So most likely we get a few more people today, which is cool. I'm hoping that what I'm going to be talking about today will help people out a little bit because it's a really simple trick that most people don't know about. Got to look through my window. Something flying over. That sounds different. Oh, no, it's a herky jerky. Anyway, thought it was the A400M, which is in town. The Airbus A400M, but it was just the C-130. Anyway, let's see what else is going on here. But as I was saying, this is something I think can help people out quite a bit, especially with people that fly EDFs. We're going to talk about it because everybody's always talking about batteries and how, oh, EDFs are battery killers. And no. We're going to talk about the real deal and what we can do. And as Mr. Urban Legends always says, 10 likes and 14 watch. Let's do better. Smash the like button. It's free. Yes. always smash that like button. I've been getting a few more likes because I've been talking about it. Urban Legend and the other guys always talk about likes, which is good. It helps the algorithm quite a bit and gets people to tune into your stuff more. So anyway, we'll get back to the chat here. Hamilton's Hangar. Burner's still going. You know, the market's been flooded. I was able to ride the wave for a really, really long time, for several years. And it was good. I knew it wasn't going to be that way forever. I knew eventually somebody would catch up. It's just funny that it happened to be the main manufacturer that did. It wasn't the other guys. They didn't really put a dent, but it was what's their name? Freewing. They put a major. They flooded the market with stuff, and then other people started making their own. It just got weird, but it's been good. I will never complain. It was fun. Still do get some business here and there. I'm too busy with stuff for it to matter as much as it used to, so it's not a bad thing that happened. But it's been good. I'm not going to complain. I got my stuff literally round the world, worldwide, everywhere. Pretty much every corner. I didn't really send to China very much, but I did send to Singapore, Thailand, a couple places. But as far as Eastern Europe, all over Europe, everywhere. So it was good. I had fun. Still have fun, but I'm trying to change it up and make it a little bit more diverse. So I'm doing a few more things, and I still have a whole bunch of stuff that I still have yet to show you guys. I have the Gooniac guns to be put on planes. I have my P-47 I still have to finish. I have to unbury it because I got so many dang planes. But I've been going through. I have a set of tires that I have to sell, and once those are sold, set of wheels and tires and stuff, once those are gone, it'll open up some more room so I can get some stuff. Let me see if anybody else showed up. Dwayne Clark, what's up, Dwayne Clark? Thank you for coming here. I see those cars on your avatar. That's pretty cool. Make sure I'm seeing everybody. I want to shout everybody out as I see them because it's very cool. So I see people talking to CVR, but I don't know if I've seen him unless he changed his name. Those people's dog and noise or shit on me. Excuse my French, but sometimes I gotta just let it on out. They have these big old sheep dogs, and they keep them in this little small area. Doesn't bother. That just drives me crazy. Take your dogs out and let them run. Anyway, Michelle H., what is up with you? How are you doing? All these people with these cool avatars. Let's see. So, thanks to all of you for showing up here. We got 17 in here, which is cool. So hopefully we got 17 likes too, right? 17 likes along with that. But keep on clicking them likes. And like, share, comment, subscribe, all that goodness. I've been getting a pretty steady stream of subscribers, which is cool. I've been doing a lot of shorts lately. Short videos. It's just the short videos are cool. I've got so much content until it just doesn't make sense not to go through and clip things up from what I've done in the past. So I'm doing a lot of that. We have actual car stuff that we do, which is cool. So I'm considering possibly splitting the channels up and doing something else. But I'm putting everything on this channel for now because I'm a gearhead and we like to post a little bit of everything. RC airplanes, RC cars. Don't have any boats anymore, but I might get boats again. And then we've got the full scale cars and full scale airplanes. I was just cranking my head out this window to look at the C-130 flying over. But yeah, so this is a little bit of a do-it-all channel. Most of what I've got on here is going to be RC related and RC aviation related. But I do also like wildlife because we've got a whole bunch of wildlife out on my patio. And I keep having to look out there and make sure that the squirrels ain't going crazy on my batteries and stuff. But yeah, I have a very diverse channel and I want to keep it that way. I might eventually split it up, but we'll see. I might just keep it as it is. Mr. Angelo, what's up? I miss flying with you, man. Got to find some time to get out there to Livermore. Been a while, or I need to go out to Oakdale so we can we could hang out. There he is, Mr. CVO Hobo. What is up with you? I kept seeing people saying stuff to you, but I didn't see what you were saying in the chat. So I got something. What's up? Saying hello to everybody. And shouting people out. But I missed you, but I got you that time. So let's see. And like I said, Hamilton, I'm gonna get back to you. Don't worry. I saw your text, but I was just getting ready to start up the show. So, but anyway, so I see people coming in, which is good. Thank you all for coming in. I'm not going to waste a whole bunch of time today. I do have everything pretty much set up, so it's just a matter of me. Finishing up the rest of it and getting my camera out there, so that I can show y'all what it is that I'm going to do. So let's talk about it a little bit before I get out there. So somebody brought up a good question on a video. Well, they made a comment on a video a few days ago. I have been commenting on a lot of people's videos for a long time. I commented on one of RC Plane Reviewers videos of the Free Wing 80 millimeter L39, and he was commenting on batteries, because I said the battery that they use, because they were on grass, they always fly from grass, so they wanted to use a light pack so they could get off the grass. The only downside is when you use a light battery, a few things could go wrong. And it's not really going wrong. It's just there's a few disadvantages to using a smaller battery. Most of it's being the fact that if you're on grass, you've got to taxi all the way out there. You're going to lose some of your milliamps just by taxiing out. And then once you do get in the air, since it's a 4000, you're going to lose a little bit of, how do I put it? Your actual voltage under load is going to be lower because you've got lower discharge. So I told him, when when Nate was flying his, that he'd been flying with the 5000, and then once he put in a 6000, that was the sweet spot, and the plane just went crazy, and we actually radared it at over 120 miles an hour. So, and it had flown with the other packs. He'd flown with 3300, a 4000, a 5000, and then 6000. The 6000 was the best. And I wanted to show here, and I'll do a little demonstration for you guys to see with just an easy way to check. They have watt meters, they have all these other things to check, but I'm just going to show you the easy way to do it without having to get too in depth. If you have telemetry will help you, but I don't have it right here with me. I have it outside. The most important thing that you can use when you are checking to see if a battery is happy or not is just your cell checker. Cell checker alone. Cell checker will show you two things. It'll show you the individual voltage per cell, and it will also show you if your individual volt per cell is too low. Three things then. The third one will be if there's any that are out of balance, because that affects things too. But and what I'm going to do is show you how the plane that I have here with me right now, you can't see it, but it's my 80 millimeter E-Flight F-18 with the X-Fly 36 millimeter 2300 kV motor in it. It's a hot setup. So I'm going to show you how having different batteries of different sizes are affected by the same setup. So if you want to go light, we'll show you what going light will do. If you want to go for a little bit more punch, we'll show you what will happen with a higher C battery. We'll also show you what happens with a really big battery, and then the batteries that I actually use, so then you can see. But all I'm trying to do today is show you some hands-on stuff, because this guy and I went back and forth a little bit. He understood what I was talking about. I understood what he was talking about. He was basically saying that you don't want to go over a certain size of battery because you're going to be hurting more than you're helping. And I explained to him that in our case, there's really not that much of a difference in size, and the weight is really not that much, but the voltage drop makes a big difference if you have a small pack, and if you have a bigger pack, there's going to be less of it, and you're going to get more speed because of the higher RPMs. So we're going to look at that today. I have 4 different batteries that are charged. I'll show you on the charger that they've been charged, and then I'll take one by one and show you how that how that fan system, EDF system, is affected by all these different batteries. So now that I've been yammering all that time, let's take a look at the chat again and see what's going on in here. Big Chris says he's going to get back into helicopters. I for sure will not, because I don't like working on stuff. Let's see who else. So yeah, everybody's chatting with everybody here. I'm just going to throw things up on the screen a little bit at a time here. Yeah, OG's going to start clipping some of his older stuff for shorts. That's exactly what I've been doing. I have a lot of good videos. A lot of videos and a lot of fun videos. So I need to find some of the fun videos from Flying with the Kids and clip them so that everybody can see the fun parts of the videos, which is good. What's up, Mr. the Fred Barron? How you doing, Fred Barron? Good to see you on in here. But we got Michelle H and CVO Hobo talking to each other. Everybody's chatting, which is great. And yes, Mr. Angelo finally caught an episode. We chat all the time on Facebook and Instagram, but we haven't seen each other in a while. We need to get out there and fly. But so let's see what's going on here. So yeah, so just going over all the chat so everybody can see what they've been doing. Yes, helicopters are fun. You know what? I actually do want to get a helicopter, but I want to do one of the lazy ones. One of those little helicopters that are GPS. They'll just sit there and hover and they'll do what you want. Because when I fly helicopters, I don't do anything crazy. I don't like the 3D things. I like the like at scale. We get the real choppers of all different kinds flying over here, especially Pave Hawks, which is the Air Force version of the Black Hawk. And then we even get the Dolphin, which is the Coast Guard's helicopter. Lots of private helis, which are Airbus and others. But yeah. So Warbirds, jets, that's what I'm pretty much sticking to the most. But there's a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything out there right now. I like the simple little hover in your living room type thing right now. That looks like fun. So here, let's see. Angelo's got a question. Hopefully someone can answer. A while back, someone on the thread said how to properly train and dispose unloaded. Oh, it depends on your area, Angelo. But in our area here, all you have to do is discharge them down completely below a certain voltage. Just you can completely drain them by connecting them to a light bulb and just draining them completely. And then depends on if it's either Lowe's or Home Depot or some of those places, or even some of the places around you, they'll let you turn them in once they're totally discharged. But it depends on your area because not every place is the same. But you can totally discharge the pack down to a certain voltage, and then they will take it. Mike Bird, from what I've heard, salt water is unnecessary. It's just mainly just dropping it in water. Salt water will do it quicker and make it actually look kind of cool because it'll put condensation and not condensation, other funky things on there. But yeah. So what I want to do is go set up my camera because it's gotten a little dark outside, which is fine because that means the squirrels are going to be asleep instead of out here pestering me for food. And if there is one that shows up, I'll take the camera over and show you. Hopefully Miss Daisy will be out if she lets me get close. But salt water will drain it quicker, sometimes too quick, and it can cause a little bit of a problem. But really, it's just all you need is the regular tap water has enough minerals in it to still do the same thing. Yes, and as Jeff in Laurel, Alabama said, not damn squirrels. I like the squirrels. I love the squirrels here. People don't realize how much personality squirrels have unless they're just used to smacking them. But anyway, yes, take them to Lowe's or Home Depot. Salt will do it quicker, but salt will also make a little bit of a mess. So it just depends on how you want to do it. And there you go. Check out what Victor just posted. Get FPV. link there. Lipo kill. Yeah, that's good if you want to totally kill it. There are chargers that will do the same thing. So, and yes, Paul McNeil, that's something I'm looking at. Something similar, something simple, where you just power it up and fly it around. I don't need to have anything that does any flips or any of that stuff, because I just want it to fly like a real chopper. Oh, so that was a special C-130 that flew over. Okay, that was a C-130T, which is an old bird. I saw it and I heard it. It sounded different. My spotter friend told me. So C-130T is an old C-130 with the old engines but with new propellers. So they still smoke like crazy and make a different noise, but they don't make as much noise with the different props. So anyway, so what we're going to do right now, so that I don't bore everybody with my rambling, running my mouth. So I'll catch up on the chat here in a bit. Good. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, you need to get rid of that stuff. The lipo killer is a good thing. I've heard of those. Those actually work pretty good. You can make your own stuff too, or you can use a charger that actually has a complete discharge function. My chargers do. You just push a button and it will say, I forget what it's called. It'll take the voltage completely to nothing. That's one way to do it. Fire pit. Actually, the fireworks are kind of cool when you can do that. I had a video of me doing that with my kids. We put it in a big barbecue pit and got a metal spike and went, which was fun. But yeah. So what I'm gonna do right now, I got to put this on. I have to kill the camera for a little bit, and I got to get my phone out and go put it on the tripod in the back. That's kind of funny. Hopefully I'll be able to see Miss Daisy out there. We have a squirrel we've been feeding for 10 years, and she lets us get close, and she takes from our hand. She's real gentle with us now. I put a short up about her, so you want to see her, go take a look. And yes, does have destroy. There's a lot, and I forget. Not everybody calls it the same thing, but so I'm going to leave the chat going there in the background. But I'm also going to turn the camera off for a bit because I will be back because I got to get everything set up. Let me get the banners, get up there, and we're going to do what I always do, which is setting up the camera over there. So I will be right back. What I can do in the meantime, I have a video I can play and let it loop for you guys. So I'll kill the music and I'll do that for a little bit. So I will be back. Hey guys, this is the first flight with the new 36mm motor. Hey guys, this is the first flight with the new 36mm motor. Guys, this is the first flight with the new 36mm motor. Hey guys, this is the first flight with the new 36mm motor. Hey guys, this is the first flight with the new 36mm motor. Okay, y'all. Sorry if you heard me and they're making all that noise. But let me know if you can hear me okay. We're gonna get things set up here in a little bit. Well, actually right now. But let me, in the meantime, show you these batteries we got going here so that you can see what I'm doing and see that I've got them all charged. So we've got a China Hobby Line 6200 30C. That's my go-to pack. We've also got the Sokokin 5200. And we've also got the Sokokin 7200. And then the big boy, 35C 8100. All are 6S. And as you can see, all of them are charged. So we're going to test each one of these. We'll start with the smallest and work our way up. So let's get with the 5200 first. I got to get the gear down so that I can have this pushed up against this little tub thing here so it won't move. Let me get this 5200, and it is charged 4.2 cells all around, or 10.2 volts per cell all around. Let's plug it into the checker so you can see if it adjusts. There we go. Ready to go. So on my charger, it's actually going to show the actual state of charge. My checker is not always accurate, so let's put this on there. So I'm gonna have to keep these things out of the way. I am gonna plug in the burner. Why not? Get this. Let it initialize. Let's try that again because I didn't have my transmitter on. Oh. Oh wait, that's not plugged in. None of it is. That could be a problem. That could be a big problem. Figures. All right. Looks like I unplugged my throttle channel. Did I? What did I do? All right, there we go. Oh, that's important. That has to go in. So, because that's the actual UBEC. So I have to plug that in. That goes in somewhere else. There we go. I guess I should have checked this stuff before. What did I have this plugged into? Alright, so let's pull the throttle out. Guys, get the ears. No. Alright, let's see. That. Well, we're not totally prepared here, so just bear with me. I'm gonna have to take this. I haven't flown this plane in a while, can you tell? So I'm stupid. That didn't need to come out. That just needs to go in the bottom. All right. I need to go there. It just came out of the wrong one. Okay, we're back. That goes there. Goes into channel 7. And this goes back into that one. All right, let's try this again. What do you know? It works. Okay. So I'm not going to be able to use my burner because that's what I have to plug in for the cell checker. Got the gear down. There. Okay. So get that off because I don't need that. And we're going to plug in cell checker. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay. So I'm gonna have to move my phone so you guys can see. But we have the cell checker set up so we can see each individual cell under load. So this is a 5200. Actually, let me get my tablet so I can see what you guys have been saying, if you've been saying anything. Hopefully the chat hasn't been going too crazy. Let's see here. So I've got the 5100, it's in there. You can see the voltage on the pack. This is not, the percentage is not always right. But I'm going to do 2 settings. The first one's going to be half throttle. And let's see what the voltage is. And then we will go to full throttle. All right, so let's see. So there's half. This is a slightly tired battery, so it ended up dropping down to like 3.62. So let's do it again. So, just turned off. Anyway, let's just start. So this is the smaller of the batteries that I have. This is the 5200. Smaller the battery, the lower the higher the voltage drop. So that pack, you notice that it dropped a little bit at half, and then once you get to full throttle, it really drops. Now, you're not going to fly full throttle the whole flight, so the battery, you want that to be at 3.7 under load. You don't want it to be much lower than that. So this was a little bit lower. I don't fly this plane I don't fly this plane with this pack, but I fly other 80 millimeters with something similar to this. So anyway, let's see. So let's keep going. So that's the smallest pack, 5200. And after that little bit of a run, the pack is still fine. We're at 4.1 volts per cell. 2.23 seconds of throttle. No, 20, a little under 30 seconds, a little over 30 seconds of throttle. All right, so
timer cleared.
Clearing it, and we're going to the next pack, which is the one that I always use in this plane, which is a 30C 6200, which is actually one of the strongest. Don't do that. So we run, this one is well over 4.2 volts per cell, 4.21 pretty much across the board, which is what I have my charger charged into. Turn the light on. Gonna see a shadow of my big head. Alright, so this pack, you'll hear a noticeable difference in sound. Right there. Right. There. Alright, so this is the XY 36 millimeter 2300 kV motor. So so let's get that out of the way. So one way to tell if your pack is happy, if you see it drop too low. If it goes much below 3.7, so let's do that again. And as it warms up, it's going to come up higher too. So. So there's that. We ran it for a little bit. Let's see what it's at. So that was, and look at the way it recovers too. So the rule of thumb, you want them to be around 3.7. You don't want it to be much lower than that under load. This is a little below, but as it flies a little faster and warms up the battery, it'll get better, and then it'll drop. So this is the pack I use, and I'll get usually about 4 minutes out of it. So there's that. Let's try one more. And yes, this is called load testing, because if you want to know how your battery is working under load, you got to put it under load. So 5200 and 6200 in the books. The 6200 has quite a bit more capacity in the 5200, so it works a little better. Now this is the one that cracks me up. I will fly this one. This is the 7200. I will fly this. And it's supposed to be 100C. It is nowhere near 100C. Nowhere near it. But it still works. So, and it works pretty good. I still get roughly 4.5 minutes out of this battery. And yes, the plane will fly fast, but it's definitely not totally happy with the load. So let's get this one going. So let's see. Let's see the comments. I haven't really been seeing much. Who's people getting out of here? Anyway, let's get on there. So all you can see, I don't know if you guys can see that, but the voltage is 4.2, 4.21, 4.21 all the way across. Going to start out at half. Let's see. I know for a fact this is not going to really like. Let's go. So this one dropped to 3.59, but when it recovers, it actually recovers pretty good. So this is a pretty hot setup, so it's probably going to pull most batteries below 3.7 volts per cell under load to start. But you know, if you fly full throttle the whole time, you're going to kill your pack. Otherwise, you'll be fine. So that back. All right, we got one to go. I don't even know if this pack's going to fit in there. This is the 7200. We still got plenty of life. So I could have flown this for 4.5 minutes easy, because it recovers quite a bit. All right. Give me just 1 second to honk my horn. Okay, so now we've got one pack to go, and that is the 8100. I have broken it in. I've broken it in, but I haven't flown it. So four point two one. This is just one way to do it too. This meter, the smart checkers are pretty cool. ISDT makes their own version. You can actually just use one of the regular cell checkers too. But I use this one because there's things I can do with it, which I like. So then again, like I said, I've never put this battery in this plane. So let's see if it actually fits. I don't think I'd fly this plane with it. This is something, well, if it fits, maybe, but it's pretty dang heavy. Oh, it might work. So we'll see. All right, so the cell checker. This will be the last one, so my neighbors won't be pissed. Plug that in. So this is something that I always tell people about, is the discharge rate matters more than anything. So even though this is a 35C, it's an 8100. So 8.1 times 35 is going to be way over 200. So even though this seems like it's a low C pack, it's going to work wonderful with a load like this. So, all right, I'm going to have to hand hold this right there. So see, it didn't really drop much there. So let's go to full now. You could hear the difference, but there was a big difference in the way it sounded, so you got more RPM. Oops, sorry. Big difference in RPM. So let's do that again so you can hear it. Big difference in RPM, so this would actually be a lot better, even though it's only 35C. So something to think about. Most people don't think about that. So the bigger battery you have, the higher the discharge rate, the actual discharge rate, not the C rating, the better the battery performs. So this is only a 35C, but it still outperformed the higher C packs, simply because the actual discharge rate was higher. So since I'm the burner guy, I've got to show you guys the burner. So let's get some burner footage.
Time remaining 2 minutes.
Anyway, so there we go. So that just shows you how much of a difference the battery makes. This 8100, which is actually the lowest C rating of all these packs, gave it the best RPM. So there you have it. Putting the gear up. Do that again. Gear up. All right. So there we go. So this is a Liperior 8100. It's big, it's heavy, but if you want a good discharge rate and good flight times, if you have a plane that can handle it, definitely worth it, because the system was the happiest with that pack. Least amount of voltage drop under load. So there you go. I know some of the stuff gets a little too technical, but hoping that it's not too boring and that you guys are able to figure out what I'm talking about. So let me get back to the chat. I'm going to put this stuff away and get back to the other programming. So be right back. All right. So not quite time for the porn music yet, but we getting there. Um, so let's see. I got to get the fan. I got to check my chat here because I couldn't really see the chat from where I was. So hopefully that wasn't too boring for y'all. Somebody was able to get something out of it. So amp draw. Let's see. Let me go back and read what everybody said. And sorry if that was too random for everyone, but sorry. I have an F8, an F35 in pieces that I'm actually going to tear apart on the stream. But F-18 stays. I love that plane. It's one of my favorites. Just Bastion, I just see you now, but thanks for being here and thanks for handing people over here. Hopefully I didn't bore everybody, but I try to do the techie stuff so that some people can understand. Mountain RC, what's up? I see you too. Thanks for being here. I see you now. Okay, so Mike Bird, thanks for staying here as long as you could. Let's see who else got it. So Fred Barron, all of you guys, thanks for at least enduring through a little bit of that. It's so I didn't do an actual watt meter because the watt meter will actually tell you what amps and voltage put together. All I did was the showing you what the actual cell voltage was, and cell voltage will tell you a lot. So with the batteries, with LiPo batteries, if you ever noticed a 3S pack, they'll say it's 11.1 because that's 3.7 volts per cell. Okay, that's considered nominal voltage. So anything at or above that, the battery will be fine. Once you start going below nominal voltage, your battery will be under a little bit of pressure. So the system that I have in that jet is hard on batteries if you're not good with your throttle. So it pulls, well, you know, EDFs don't really unload in the air, but in the air it's going to be just a little bit less of a draw. So it's going to be, as soon as you start flying, about 3.65 volts per cell, which is considered a little bit hard on your pack, but it depends on the plane. So you want you know that you're within range of what the battery can do without checking the amps. You know that it's within the range of what it can do if the voltage holds close to 3.7 volts per cell when you first run it up. That's why I was just using a cell checker. If you notice that when you plug in that cell checker, that when you first run up the motor and it's dropping to 3.4 or 3.5 volts per cell, you are taxing that pack. It's way too hard on it, way too hard. So I was flying. That's an EDF setup, which is a high amp setup. The X-Fly is going to be well over 100 amps, probably 112, 115. And it's going to be 3.6 to 3.65 volts per cell under load. And it's probably going to, if you don't fly a lot of full throttle, you'll be fine. Like I said, with those packs, I'll get, I usually fly the 6200 or the 7200. 7200 lags in RPMs, but I can still get some pretty good speeds. The 6200 actually does the best. And it's probably just a little bit heavier than the 7200 because it's an old style pack. But you want to keep your voltages at nominal when they first start. So 3.7 volts per cell and within the first minute is where you want to be. All the packs that I had, the one that did the best was the 35C. 35C 8100. Why? Because 8.1 times 35 is 283 amps. So that has a very, very high discharge rate. So even though it's a 35C, it doesn't matter. 285.5 is its continuous rating. So you could actually run that pack really hard and it would be fine. So if it's a true 35C, and that's why I usually stick with packs that are in the 30 to 40C range, because those readings are usually real. So let's see. There's no way in hell the 7200 is 100C. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. It's 720. There's no way that pack can do that. There's no way it can do that. But you know what? Doesn't matter. Why? Because I'm able to fly that pack for 4 to 4.5 minutes with no issue. So, sure, it's not the actual C rating that it says it is, but who cares? It works. So, I have the chat there showing up on the screen so everybody can see what's being said. But I still want to go through and talk to everybody and make sure everybody is heard. So, yes, Fred Barron, big and heavy pack, but lots of milliamp hours. So it depends. You have to find the happy medium. So if I can find a what? If I could find a 7200 35C that's the same weight as a 5000 with the higher C rating, I'm going to take that 7200 because even with the lower rating, it's still going to have a higher discharge rate. And if I can have that same weight as the other one, I'm still going to get good flight times. Actually, better flight times. Those smart meters, those smart checkers are totally worth it. They do a lot of stuff. They're actually servo checkers too, servo testers. You can balance your pack. You can use it as a USB charger. Do a whole bunch of things. So they're great. So who else? And yeah, thanks to those of you that hung around as long as you could. I see that a lot of you have taken off, which is okay. It's been late. It's pretty late. But so let's see what else. I want to make sure to talk to everybody. And yeah, so Craig Bevan, there's also ISDT makes one as well because ISDT actually that is an ISDT charger. It's just smart, put their name on it, but you can get them from ISDT as well. Yeah, so let's see. And you can do a lot with those checkers too. You can even program the smart packs. And yeah, they are great. And yes, the 30C packs are great. And like I said, if you can get a 30C pack with a very high capacity, that's even better. That's even better. So let's see what else here. Yes, and they're great for smart batteries because you can do just plug it into the side, and the smart battery will tell you. And glad you enjoyed it, Mike. But yes, it is a servo tester as well. It's good. And like I said, I can't see amp draw. I wasn't seeing amp draw on this. I usually use a ring to check the amps, but I didn't do it because when you use amp, when you start doing all that other stuff, it gets complicated. I'm trying to do it the easy way first so people can see there are easy ways to do this without having to get too complicated. And yes, I try to fly scale. I do like top speed, but I'll usually use gravity to help me. So almost all of my fast passes are going to have a dive to start before I get level, just to make sure that I'm making the most of the power. No porn music yet. There's something playing in the background, but let's see if I can play something else. But we will get to the other stuff later. The wife is going to be home in a few minutes, so I want to make sure that I'm done by the time she gets here. I hope my cat didn't run outside when I had the door open. But anyway, so let's see what else. And yeah, see, and that's the thing. That's why I wanted to make it easy, because you don't want to use have to take all the stuff, and it's really not necessary. And Wiggle Fingers, what's up? I didn't see you. Thanks for being here. Some people do get bored. I'm not one of those. I mean, it depends on how in depth you want to get, but I like lots of info, but simple to understand. So that's what I'm trying to do. But yeah, thanks for being here, Wiggles. Haven't seen you in a little bit. Thanks for being here. Telemetry does help. I have a couple planes with telemetry. Telemetry works great if you want to know exactly. So the plane I used to have telemetry on was the Viper. I upgraded mine to 8S, so I pulled out the ESC for that. But telemetry is awesome. Telemetry helps if you set it up in a way that doesn't overwhelm you. So I had it to where I could push a button and it would call out the battery voltage and tell me what the voltage was. So and yes, so as I was saying to Wiggle Fingers, the sag tells you a lot. The motor sag, and motor sag is voltage drop. So if the voltage drop is high, if you're dropping quickly, that tells you right there your amps are too high, because amps are what cause voltage to drop down. The internal resistance will do it as well, the older your packs get, the more the voltage drop will be higher. But just depends. Let's see. Urban Legends. I hope you were able to get something out of it. I hope everybody was able to get something out of it. Like I said, I want it to be simple. Not everybody. Big Chris, thanks for being here. And hopefully you get your B2 done. And when you do, let me know. But like I said, I want things to be simple because things can get. Yeah, you're funny. I see what you're saying. That's a whole different subject that's altogether. But there's a lot of different variables that come into play here. But if you can figure out what works for you, figure out what works best for you, that's what matters. And for me, I like to make it as simple as it can be. And I try to convey that to people as simple as it can be. I could get crazy technical and make people's heads explode. And I don't want to do that because that defeats the purpose of getting people into something without being overwhelmed. So the whole point in me doing what I do is to make it so that people can understand at a basic level. If they want to go into it more, they can. But start basic and then get more into it so that it's not going to overwhelm you and make you not want to do it. So anyway, thanks to everybody for being here. I see we still got 12 people in the room. I need to see how many likes I got so that we can give one final push for the liking. Make sure to get. Oh, I got 20 likes. Check that out. Thank you guys. The more likes we get, the more likely it is that people are going to see the channel and push out some of my stuff. That didn't sound right, especially when I'm talking about shorts. But push out more of my videos so that people will see them. Randy Living Good, you're back. What the heck? You're gone and you're back. You're gone and you're back now. But anyway, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for dealing with my little minor technical difficulty that I had there. I should have checked that before I did anything. But yeah, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that goodness. And hopefully I'll see you guys next time. I've got some work to do on my car this weekend, so I'm probably not going to be doing much RC, but we're going to never stop the RC, and I will post more of that stuff as I have it. So thanks for being here, everybody. I'm going to leave that little chat window up, but I'm going to shut it down and turn on some of that music that Mr. Fred Barron likes. And yes, as he said, it's not porn, but cue the music so he can listen to it. It's not any of that chastity music, but hey, I try to have good stuff. And thank you for being here. And yes, go get something to eat. And all the thumbs up are appreciated. So whoever can put thumbs up, thank you guys. And Mr. Urban Legends RC, you guys got to check out his channel. Be sure to check him out and add him to your list of must see. He's got one of the best chats, live streams on. And RC live streams, put it that way. One of the best RC live streams here on YouTube. So check him out. Urban Legends, a good dude. Thank you, Ty. And that's it, y'all. See you on the next one.